Mayor Pro Tempore, it's time. I'd like to call this special meeting to order. Roll call, please. Mayor Donald Hewitt. Mayor Pro Tempore Martha Morales. Present. Councilmember Mitch Lindemann.
Here.
Councilmember Tanya Acosta. Councilmember Ray Shelton. Councilmember Michael Montenegro. Councilmember Jose Ricardo.
Yeah.
City Manager Honor Luquico. Present. City Attorney Tina Danucci. City Treasurer Luis Pedrosa.
Present.
And Mayor Temple Morales, Mayor Donald Hewitt, and Councilmember Ray Sheldon are excused. And the city attorney should begin in meeting momentarily.
All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is persons wishing to address the council in writing or verbally. The meeting is not on the agenda. Do you have any requests?
I do not have any requests.
Thank you. Item number 4 is notice of public hearing. Item 8, final hearing regarding the annual budget adoption for fiscal year 2022-2023. The purpose of the public hearing is to allow clear participation regarding the final annual budget adoption for fiscal year 2022-2023. Mr. Peter. And Mr. Pedrosa.
So during this item, for the public hearing, we expect to hear from the public hearing. So that's reading the public hearing, from the city council. If there are any, persons wishing to address, the council regarding the budget, this would be the appropriate.
Do we have anybody in the audience who would like to address this item? We'll give it a few minutes. Do we have anyone who's viewing online that might want to participate in this?
Mayor Pro Tempore Morales, I don't believe we have anyone wanting to participate, for the public hearing portion of it. I didn't receive any emails from any.
It's on the item, since we have no one, question to speak regarding this public hearing, for the house for the next item on the agenda, which is adjournment. May I have a motion?
Mayor Pro Tem, I move to adjourn.
May I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Gonzalez, and a second by Councilmember Acosta. All those in favor of adjourning, signify by saying aye. Those opposed? We stand adjourned at 5:21. I'd like to call this special meeting to order. You could please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mayor Donald Lewis. Mayor Pro Tem Margaret Morales.
Present.
Councilmember Mitch Lindemann.
Here.
Councilmember Daniel Costa. Councilmember Brady Shelton. Councilmember Mike Valdenegro.
Present.
Councilmember Jose Tapa.
Here.
City Manager Honor Kiko.
Present.
City Attorney Tina Danucci.
Present.
City Treasurer Luis Mendoza.
Present.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Morales, Mayor Don Lewis, and Councilmember Brady Shelton are excused.
Thank you. Item number 4 is persons wishing to address the council in writing or verbally on any item not on the agenda. Do we have any requests?
Mayor Pro Tem do not have any rules.
Thank you. Item number 5 is discussion with 2005 resolution number 22-1509. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, adopting the city of Douglas final operating budget for fiscal year 2022 to 2023. Ms. Lupica?
Thank you, the town members of the council. I'm happy to present the item for the final budget adopted for fiscal year 2023. And the amount of $59,938,892. We have gone through all of our timeline and process to present to mayor and council during the meeting of June 8th, where we tentatively, or mayor and council tentatively adopted the budget, and we have established that its maximum expenditure limit for the final adoption. So a reminder, the council may decrease or move funding from one line item to another fund, but expenditures cannot be increased. So we have 15 major initiatives that I'd like to just read into the record for those that are more maybe here remotely or particularly listening to the budget presentation. The consolidated budget includes the following things: 2% COLA for non-minimum wage employees at a cost of $152,285. Funding year 1 of 3 for a market salaries model and in an effort to catch up employees to market wages at a cost of $336,000. A new staffing of 3 full-time limited staff, 1 part-time limited, and recreation and visitor center at a cost of $256,112. For the city to cover increases to employee health insurance and having, so that they don't have to pay above what the rate was in the last fiscal years and giving them flat for those contributions. And that's at a cost of $19,926. A new program for funding police trainees and community service officers from police savings carryover in the amount of $255,000. Utilizing fund balance to catch up on capital projects in the amount of $1.8 million. Total general government capital in the amount of $5.2 million. Redistribution of our ARPA funds to meet Vision 2032 priorities in the amount of $1.3 million. Utilization of water fund balance for well rehab and other water projects in the amount of $1.3 million. Total water related grants in the amount of $8.65 million. Streets capital and streets chip seal program in the amount of $545,000. Streets capital carryover in the amount of $890,000. include possible sale of Lafayette Apartments with proceeds for golf capital in the amount of approximately $1 million. Considering transfer of public housing, of our public housing authority to Cochise County operations and outside funding request totaling $20,750. So as a side material, outside funding request was placed on the dais and submittal that was received today from one of the agencies that had not been included due to some deficiencies outlined by our prior finance committee meeting. So the last one, there's only submitted clarification to some of those items, and you see that as background also traced at the dais for the review. Just to clarify, the items I just read do not include that request in your funding for outside request as I just stated. In addition, changes that are recommended as part of this final budget adoption that are different from the tentative budget adoption on today include a few items. The increase that was approved at the last meeting for the city administrator Jackson was required an additional balancing of $13,273, which was allowed or included now in this final budget adoption to balance item. The state also finally provided state share revenues calculations and was a little lower than what had been previously reported at the amount that we would anticipate for state share revenues. It was decreased by 43,553 from their original projection. And they also a reduction of $102,217 in state share income taxes. So not an additional in total. The additional was 58,664, also for state share income taxes. So the total revenue reduction was balanced out also using the offset through a new general government line item that was created in this budget for Vision 2032 policy priorities. So in a sense, the two changes take the new Vision 2032 policy priorities line item to a new level of $379,000 due to those two reductions, and that's what we used to balance out those two items that needed to be addressed, so that we didn't go about that expenditure limitation. So with these changes, staff recommends seeking approval and discussion for a final fiscal year 2022-2023 budget is presented. So any other comments for motion to approve before discussion, please.
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 22-1509?
Mayor Pro Tem, I move that Mayor and Council approve resolution number 22-1509.
I have a second.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Grijalva and a second by Councilmember Padilla. Any discussion? Councilmember? Mayor Pro Tem.
I'm not sure if this would be the appropriate time to ask for an amendment in order to be able to discuss the outside funding request from Lafayette. Will we be motion now, and then can we have a discussion? You want?
Could you repeat that? You speak into your mic. I couldn't hear your question.
Sure. I would like to, I'm not sure if I need to make a motion in order to address the outside funding request that we received with some corrections. That is not part of the um, proposed budget at the moment.
Yeah, so there's a motion on the table that we need to deal with first. So if that one doesn't pass, then you can make a new motion. If the council member who wanted to make the motion wants to amend his original motion, we could do it that way as well.
Ms. Tina,
Yes,
if we do have a motion on the floor to approve the resolution, so can we take the discussion from the council members and at the same time have Councilman Bravos that address the latest funding request? And then if she feels that an amendment is needed, we can certainly take an amendment on that.
absolutely. You can discuss it now and then choose to amend it at that time.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Yes. So I know that, Dr. Arizona, also, I guess being part of, or the community coalition being part of Arizona, had submitted a request prior, to our joint meeting with the finance committee. And I just want to address that the request came in again, and it was clarified that the community coalition is part of the considered it's a nonprofit organization. There's questions about the purpose of the request. I just there was a small breakout of what they've spent so far. But I just wanted to also add that that breakout doesn't include, doesn't look like it includes the community contributions from different organizations like the Walmart, that procedures with the different sponsorships that our community has helped with small groups with. So I actually had a chance to go to a couple of the meetings. I think the very first one I was part of, and it started back in October. And the purpose of the community coalition, right now they started a youth program where they are educating the youth about the dangers of drug and alcohol use while vaping. But from what I understand is that they're trying to make this a regular type of meeting for you to have somewhere safe to go to, somewhere where they can like an after school program. At this point, I believe they've had for a few team nights once a month. But my understanding is trying to grow this, and without these donations and I think personal contributions from the organizers, there's really not a lot of benefit for programming. So I would just like to see or suggest if council, the council agrees with me, that I think it's part of one of our council priorities is to help our youth, and I would like to see consideration of if not the modified amount, so that they can continue to fund some of these activities for the youth, and hopefully grow it to where they have more frequent meetings, maybe more often throughout the month. That's
Thank you, Linda, for that. So, Ms. Could you clarify the exact what is included in the $20,750 right now?
Yes, I'm going to And so the 20,750 is all of the other items excluding those requests. And I think there was a total, Mr. Federal, let me clarify, I don't know what I have in front of me, that, there was a list of over 10 requests. Yeah, that's one of our items. Yeah, sure, but I can put it out. It's the list of all of the other community requests. I can certainly make that available. But I don't have it in Mr. Pedrosa, are you able to pull out that, that list of all of your requests? I know it's the, dark is included in there, and everything was approved at the same level as requested. Nothing was increased, and the only one that we did not move forward because of some of the concerns was this one originally didn't come through a 501c3, and that's what they have resubmitted now to allow for 501c3 as an umbrella. And there are a few other points that have been made that I can speak to if there are questions to that as well. But Mr. Pedrosa is on to read from that list if you have access to pull that.
Anna, good afternoon, Mayor, members of council. I believe you were asking for the entire list of community service requests. Is that correct?
That total of 20,750, just includes the jar and just the breakdown.
Yes. So the breakdown is the wall of faces, which is from the Pertoville Action Network, $3,000 for the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. The Douglas Senior Citizens was $1,250. The Douglas China Poblanas was $3,500, and Dark was $13,000.
And they're requesting 12,000, correct?
It's request from the is
Is there any possibility of dealing a smaller amount? And how would that affect this budget?
I think we can entertain those discussion points. You know, in the same way that we did on the other changes. So it's a matter of what we also would like to suggest or consider. But you know, I would need to know what the direction is, where you pull that from, or to do a similar balance, or whether it might be best.
Mayor Pro Tem, I want to speak to one of the concerns that Mrs. O'Keefe put with the finance committee. It wasn't just about the 501c3. There are businesses associated with the Douglas Community Coalition that are also a part of Mr. Robles' for-profit, and some mentioned, including his own business. So one of the concerns was you could give him this money, and then he could say, you know, my business is going to contribute this much. This is how much I'm going to pay myself. There was no bookkeeping. This is the council has in the dais this list right here. In October, I asked for expenditures and vendors. All I got was in October $50, November December 95, January 105, February 76, March 100, and April 47. If there are 501c3, that concerns me even more because you're supposed to keep really tabs on what money's coming in, how much money's coming out. And also it's not clear on the sponsors. We actually have two of the committee members who are part of this for-profit, and one of them is asking where are his books, what's the mission statement, you know, why aren't they here? And they got kind of surprised when they told this individual, you're actually listed as a sponsor, and they didn't know. So all these things, I mean, I'm not questioning the mission. I think we need more stuff for our community and our teams and our youth. It's just the organization. especially with taxpayer money, makes me really hesitant. With all these red flags to entertain. And also, like the city manager said, everything's been appropriated. Where are we gonna take this money? So, I mean, that's a whole new can of worms, but these red flags are really, they make me feel uneasy.
Yes, well, I was going to also clarify, is there some of the points were made as a result of that, finance committee meeting. Staff and I worked with our legal team to try and build a way to create guidelines for future funding requests from the community to avoid certain things like that. So we are working on coming, back to council soon with a community funding program and certain goals and program requirements that will clarifying the line for agencies to be able to appropriately and ethically put these dollars to use for the very important goals that we have set out to do. So I just wanted to also add that as a result of that meeting, we continue to create a policy to create this balance. Go ahead.
Mr. Gonzalez said that our role here is to be a steward of the taxpayer. And I myself would be able to give information. Certainly my writing is not. You ask for a expenditure list. You expect to give an itemized list of what expenses are, what they're used for. We don't have to do that. So, yeah, even though the concept is good, I think that in this case, they should maybe find a partnership with the school or, with other outreach committees, more businesses. We get private sector involved with this rather than trying to depend on public money.
Yes, yes. I'm just curious on the other funding requests, was there, an itemized line budget item that were requested? Did we ask the same from all of the other requests? And I understand that we're trying to streamline the process to make sure that we're applying single to everyone. But I've been to meetings, I know what is actually being done rather than just assuming what's being done. And I understand that there is grant funding for the program, however, that grant funding does not cover the for the kids. So that's where that's my second point. So my first one will be, did these other organizations also provide a
Mayor Pro Tem and Councilmember Acosta, that's a very good question. Not necessarily because we don't have an established program here for the most part. We investors, we know the established programs that they run. This one was just new and raised questions, which is why we started creating for ourselves and for future requests guidelines that everyone can follow so that we don't fall into those inequities of management of those types of things. And, the types of things that we're working on bringing back is demonstrating the ability to generate revenue from sources for future sustainability. That's just a snippet of what we're working on. Provide direct services that are for our residents, which most of them do. And it just goes on and on. So to try and hold that how to pave the way for future presentations.
and just to add to that, I would say, I fully understand the entrepreneurship of Rollins and the different businesses that he is involved with. But I think it's so that should be just a cause of concern, at least
not for the creation of this, youth group for lack of a better, label or term. You know, we as a community are always hoping and wanting, citizens to be involved and to create these types of programs where you get, you know, when you have somebody who is involved in different kind of businesses and is doing it, I never once have I heard from Mr. Rowlands that any of this money is going to be used towards any of the business or entertainment. But I would certainly hope that we could at least come up with, if not the full amount, a modified amount to at least provide, this is the food refreshments for, the gatherings for the kids. Again, it's a drug, prevention, you know, program, and I would say if we could save, one or couple grades from, being involved in drugs and lower the prevention.
Mr. Hill, we have to turn it in, go ahead and, vote on this motion, and if you want to make an addendum, first, and then I'll make something for my, did you want to amend that? I would recommend to the recommended amount, and then we say on that, and we have to vote on the original.
Sure, so I would recommend an amendment to the motion to include funding for, the community commission at, $3,000, for the year rather than the 12,000 we're requesting. And that would make it about $200 a month. There's
Would I have a second on the amendment?
Can I ask maybe to the attorney, because the city manager mentioned we have the direct Zoom right now to see where that money can come from, so that has to be important.
okay, yeah, and, okay, so the money out of the flow is come from the council priorities, line.
Okay, I have an amendment to the original motion to include funding for $3,000 a year and funding to come from the county priorities.
And I would clarify that it will be to the vision 2032 policy priority specific to those referenced in this.
Is there a second to the amendment? Okay. I have a motion by Councilmember Costa and second by Councilmember Sabanero to amend the budget to include funding $3,000 for the year and for it to come from the 2032 council priorities. Roll call.
Mayor? Yeah, I want to discuss that. First of all, as that there aren't any information or accompanying rules that we're running into. And so again, I'm going to say that we have to be good stewards of the taxpayer money. Without that information, I don't think that this is a good idea. And maybe the concept is good. Maybe we should, as I said, go into more of the private sector, schools, and come back next year. Thank you.
We've had one joint meeting. One of the meetings, there was a representative that came in tonight, and then none of these 3 meetings has the organizer actually came to answer any of our questions, and that would have been easier, I think, to calm our worries on that.
Thank you. So if I may, let me interject, because we're running out of time. So we will take a roll call on the amendment number 3,000 by Councilmember Acosta, second by Councilmember Montenegro.
Correct.
Okay. Councilmember Lindemann,
No.
Councilmember Acosta,
Yes.
Councilmember Montenegro,
Yes.
Councilmember Grijalva,
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
No. Motion failed. Thank you.
If we can take
Roll call on the original motion.
Councilmember Lindemann,
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta. Yes. Councilmember Montenegro,
Yes.
Councilmember Grijalva,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
Yes. Motion carries. Next item is adjournment. I have a motion for adjournment on this meeting.
Mayor Pro Tem, I move we adjourn.
Second. Motion by Councilmember Grijalva, second by Councilmember to adjourn our special meeting. All those in favor? Aye. Hold. Nay. That adjourned at 6:05. Meeting, mayor and council to order, please. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the invocation. Bishop Adam Gray, will you please so kind as to do our invocation for us tonight?
Our Father in heaven, we are so grateful to live here in this city, to be here gathered as citizens and servants of thy work here in Douglas. We ask thee, Father, to bless us with clarity of mind, especially our leaders in this time, that they can be able to make the right choices for the city, choices that will help us continue to grow and serve all who live here. We're grateful, Father, for the bounty of rain that we've had, and we ask thee, Father, to continue blessing us with this rain. And once again, Father, please bless and protect these leaders, bless them with wisdom, with clarity and thought, and ultimately bless them with character and heart, that they can be able to lead in a way that thou seest fit. We say these things humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you. Mr. Gray, before you leave, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, it was 3 months ago, called as the Bishop of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints here in Douglas. So it's a voluntary position. I joke and I tell people it's a paid horrible, but the retirement's pretty great after this life. But I'm excited to serve families in the different capacities. I know several of you. I'm on the finance committee and I'm also the executive director of Haven, so I've had some great times here in Douglas, and usually these assignments last about 5 years. So luckily we're in it for at least another 5 years to be down here and keep serving people. So we're just, my wife and I and our boys are thrilled to be serving in any region.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Madam, roll call, please.
Mayor Donald Hewitt. Mayor Pro Tem Margaret Morales.
Present.
Councilmember Rich Lindemann.
Here.
Councilmember Dania Acosta. Councilmember Ray Shelton. Councilmember Michael Montenegro.
President.
Councilmember Jose Grijalva.
Yeah.
City Manager Honorable People. Present. City Attorney Tina Benushi.
Present.
City Attorney Luis Pedrosa.
Present.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Morales, Mayor Donald Hewitt, and Councilmember Ray Shelton are excused.
Thank you. Next item, persons wishing to address the council in writing or verbally on any item not on the agenda. Do we have any requests?
I do not have any.
Thank you very much. Next item is discussion decision on approval of consent agenda items as follows. Item A, expenditures for the month of June totaling $2,242,522.62. Meeting minutes for April 27th and May 11th, 2022. Committee reappointments. Airport Authority Board, Pedro Ochoa and Tom Hannigan. Board of Adjustment, Susan Kramer. Douglas Community Housing Corporation, Belen Durazo, Eddie Rent, and Vicky Merritt. Finance Committee, Jose Grijalva, Adam Drake, Anna Lopez, and Pete Marmona. Personnel Appeal Board, Vicky Merritt, Luana Duty, and Robin Escarcega. Transportation Advisory Committee, change from Jessica Urrea to Jessica Aguayo. Committee appointments, Board of Adjustments, Bill Went. Personnel Appeals Board, Joe Moran. Planning and Zoning Commission, Elizabeth Sanchez. Transportation Advisory Committee, Tina Gonzalez. And D, bid award to Shell Watermark to provide 24-hour gasoline and diesel service to the city of Douglas. Yeah, I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
I move that, Mayor and Council approve the consent agenda items as listed.
May I have a second? I have a motion by Councilmember Acosta, second by Councilmember Cabanero. Any discussion? There being none, roll call.
Councilmember Linderman,
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta,
Yes.
Councilmember Nicholas, Councilmember Grijalva,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
Yes, motion carried. Do we have anyone present? Mr. Moran. Mr. Moran. Mr. Moran, would you come up to the front? Mr. Ray.
Okay. Both with the owls.
Mr. Adam Frank,
Thank
for the Finance Committee. Mr. Moran. Personnel. Thank you. Congratulations. Mr. Grijalva, Finance Committee.
Thank you.
Thank you for serving.
I'm only a major. Very good. Thank you.
I was sweating for you. You gotta get the owl though. That's,
Mr. Brady.
yes. I can. Just out of the pic. Want me to shorten myself?
One. Thank you.
Next item is item number 7, discussion and approval. Item A, third reading ordinance number 22-1147. An ordinance to mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the acceptance of donated vacant semi-approved real property from Richard and their component consisting of 5 lots in block 2 of La Maria Estate in the city of Douglas, establishing the severability of components ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Mr. Kiko.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council. I have no changes on the item from the second reading to the third reading. This is the 5 parcels that are being donated by the federal woman. All of those taxes are up to date. The transfer property, in the tax transfer to the city of Douglas. And the city currently owns block 3 and 4 of the garage lot in the state and is currently bidding the properties for housing development. These 5 lots can also be sold for housing development and proceeds to be utilized to fund city services to future salary and down funding, something on the line. So staff recommends approval of this final reading for this donation.
Thank you, Mr. Kiko. May I have a motion to approve the third reading of ordinance number 22-1147?
And the mayor and council approve the third reading of ordinance number 22-1147 by number of title.
May I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion by Councilmember Acosta and a second by Councilmember Cabanero. Any discussion? There being none, roll call please.
Councilmember Linderman,
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta.
Yes.
Councilmember Nicholas,
Yes.
Councilmember Grijalva,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
Yes, motion carried. Done.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Dallas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the acceptance of donated vacant semi-approved real property with picture and background consisting of 5 lots in lots 2 of the Affiliate Estates in the city of Dallas, establishing severability of component of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. Next item, item 7B, is second reading of ordinance number 22-1149. An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the sale of a semi-approved parcel of land located on the southwest corner of 15th Street and Van Buren Avenue, foothill lots 22 through 26, including block 30, with assessor's parcel number 410-32-121 to First Street Metal and Construction Incorporated, pursuant to terms entered into by the parties, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Mr. Pico?
Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council, there was a bid for the sale of the vacant parcel on the southwest corner of 15th Street of Van Buren, which was enrolled and abandoned also in the city. And on May 11th, 2022, mayor and council awarded the bid to First Construction with a purchase price of $56,000. First Construction has indicated they will be building a home on that parcel, and attached is a purchase agreement containing the conditions for that sale. And we said that we was approval of the purchase agreement in the second reading, and the second reading, and we will, upon execution, state all of the pertinent documentations for the sale of this property.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the second reading of ordinance number 22-1149?
I move that the mayor and council approve the second ordinance number 22-1149 and to place it on third reading by number and title.
May I have a second? Second. I have a motion by Councilmember Valero and a second by Councilmember Acosta to approve ordinance number 22-1149. Any discussion? Being none, roll call please.
Councilmember Linderman.
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta.
Yes.
Councilmember Valero.
Yes.
Councilmember Ricardo.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
Yes, motion carries.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the sale of semi-approved parcel of land located on the southwest corner of 15th Street and Van Buren Avenue, Tokyo, lots 22 through 26, including lot 30th, with the census parcel number 410-32-121 to First Sheet Metal and Construction Incorporated, pursuant to terms entered into by the parties, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. Item number 7C, revised third reading of ordinance number 21-1141, an ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, amending Title 13 of the Douglas Municipal Code relating to public water and sewer services by amending ordinances 75506-904, 09-973, 20-1117, pertaining to water and sewer fees and charges for services under chapter 13.08, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Mr. Pico?
Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council, this is being brought forward as a rereading or revised reading of an ordinance approved last year for correction of what we're referring to as scrivener's errors on the effective dates that have to do with the effective dates and mechanisms. So a scrivener's error really can be an oversight, a typo, something that was not intentional, and the item that needs to be revised is the effective date. So the city approved ordinance 21-1141 that enacted water and sewer rate increases over effective during the final reading on December 8th of 2021. We discovered the errors in the ordinance's effective date later, And section 7, the date was listed to be effective December 15. This was inadvertently not correct because ordinances take effect 30 days after the third reading. So considering that, the effective date or 30 days waiting, the corrective effective should have been January 15th, which we're going to see the 30-day waiting. The same correction is needed in all of the fee schedules listed in the ordinance for the effective dates for years 1 and 5. These need to be corrected to be still 1 month later, and all increases must align with at least 30 days after December. Therefore, increases should be corrected to become effective every January 15th for the next 5 years starting January 15th, 2022. So staff has reviewed this with the legal team, staff recommends approval of this correction, of corrected ordinance. The city has already adopted its first ratings on January 15th, not December 15th. So it was enacted correctly, as was the intention of the ordinance and it's with the 30-day waiting. No fiscal impact is attributed to this correction. And the recommendation of staff and legal is to revise the third reading ordinance 21-1141. Mr. Pedrosa remains available if there are any specific questions to be solved.
Thank you, Mr. Eagle. May I have a motion to approve the revised third reading ordinance number 21-1141 by number title only to correct the effective date listed on the ordinance? We have a second. Yes, Mr. President, on the motion. Have a second. No. I have a motion by Councilmember Montenegro and a second by Councilmember Acosta to approve the revised reading of ordinance number 21-1141. Any discussion?
Mayor, Pro Tem Morales, if we could just have, Councilmember Montenegro read
I move that the mayor and council approve the third reading of ordinance number 21-1141, number and title only to correct effective dates this year.
Again, the motion by Councilmember Montenegro, and second by Councilmember Acosta. Is there any discussion?
Thank you. I just want to say that we live in the state that any more fee increases across the board and all that they have to do. For a proponent of fee reductions in the cases that we can, and maybe the reduction in sales tax. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. No further discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Lindemann,
Yeah.
Councilmember Acosta.
Yes.
Councilmember Montenegro.
Yes.
Councilmember
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
Motion carries.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, amending title 13 of the municipal code relating to public water and sewer services by amending ordinances 755, 06-904, 09-903, 20-1117, pertaining to water and sewer fees and charges for services under chapter 13.08, establishing several data components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. Next item, 7D, resolution number 22-1510. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, designating the city treasurer, Luis Pedrosa, as the city's chief fiscal officer for purposes of officially submitting the fiscal year expenditure limitation report to the Arizona Auditor General.
Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council, this is an item that's required statutorily to come back to you each year or each fiscal year The Arizona Auditor General requires that beginning with fiscal year 2021, the city designates chief fiscal officer via American Council resolution to submit the annual expenditure limitation report, also known as the AER, required to be submitted by all cities and towns. So this designation is reflected in the resolution, and it must be made annually. And staff recommends approval of this resolution. Obviously, as Mr. Evans, our city treasurer, they have the chief fiscal officer designation for the purpose of this statute as well.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 22-1510?
Where's that?
Ms. Acosta?
I move that Mayor and Council approve resolution number 22-1510.
Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Acosta, a second by Councilmember Cabanero to approve resolution number 22-1510. Is there any discussion?
Mayor?
Yes, I would just like to see, I know that, we are still in the higher topic for, financial services, if I'm not mistaken. And with that, I would just like to see in the future, some, this, dedicated matter, segregated from the, finance, component, just, for the best policy.
Thank you. Any other comments or discussion? There be none, roll call please.
Councilmember Lindemann.
Yes.
Councilmember Acosta.
Yes.
Councilmember Cabanero.
Yes.
Councilmember Grijalva.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Morales.
Yes, motion carried. Next item. Item 8, city manager report.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council, and community members. I would first like to thank staff and Mayor and Council for the 4th of July event at the Miracle Show. We did embellish that show this year, and the show has received so many wonderful comments and quality our event, despite our own shows. So on every keep my fingers and appreciation for the work that does for our special events. I also have an announcement that we are working on some press releases on for different things, but one thing that just came through is an announcement that the Arizona Commerce Authority announced the 2022 Arizona Broadband Development Grant recipients, of which Cox Communications was an entity that submitted the grant request for the Douglas area and the Coaches College, and they were successful. City of Douglas provided another support many months ago last fall, and we've been waiting for a very long time to see how that was going to turn out. So awarding to Cox Communications for the Douglas area $8.28 million, where they expect to also invest an additional $2 million for this project, which will provide nearly 8,000 residents and businesses in this important port of entry community with redundant high-speed service. Additionally, the cost will include an 8.4-mile fiber build directly to the Douglas campus of the Douglas Community College. So that also enables greater bandwidth through faster speeds to the campus. And they expect to complete their project within 24 months. So more great things coming. I also wanted to make an announcement of the part of the connectivity program. This is an FCC program, formerly known as the EBB program for broadband as well. It helps connect families and households that struggle to afford internet services. The benefit provided to $30 a month as a discount for internet service, and households are eligible if their household income is at or below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines for a family of 10. That threshold is 27,180. For a family of 2, it's 36,620. For a family of three, it's 46,060. For a family of four, it's 55,000. So, this is being spearheaded through CETO, and we're coming through, to have meetings available at our Douglas Public Library, and more is can be found on our website. The meetings for more information on this program are Monday, July 25th, and Wednesday, July 27th at 10:30 and then 4 p.m. So, that's a great opportunity for many of our families that don't have insurance. I also wanted to let the community know that our health program is opening the waiting list to the community during the month of August. It's expected to open August 1st and close early September. Also, very important announcement, our field staff and many other staff members recently participated in Narcan training delivered by some of our public works, public safety staff. So Narcan is a nasal spray and a medicine used for treatment of a known or suspected opioid overdose emergency with signs of either breathing problems, severe sleepiness, or not being able to respond. We are expanding training outside of public safety areas as a proactive measure for community safety as we perform work in our various functions and operations throughout the community. We want to be prepared should we come about a problem with someone that may need help. We have an unfortunate reality that we must be prepared and handle as best we can, as many other communities do. And our public safety staff has already saved lives by administering Narcan in our community. So we're stepping up to help and also by starting the training on the use of this medication. And lastly, I want to thank the Mayor and Council for their vision and the future of Douglas and their approval of what is for me my first recommendation as a recommended budget as the city manager. So your vote to approve this budget is also a vote of confidence on how we are moving toward more direction in policy and very important areas for our community. I want to thank our budget team, leadership team, finance committee, and our employees for their contribution not only to budget, but also for the investment we make every day to pursue and align to the direction of Mayor and Council and the ambassadors for our community. So that is my report for today.
Thank you, Mrs. Kimon. Next item, item number 9, informational items and reports from the council and future agenda items. Do you have any?
First, I'd like to thank the public for their input at somehow with myself and Mrs. Agota. And also after there was some that couldn't make it and they reached out. Those are issues that you see my Facebook page from Ward 6. A lot of those issues have been discussed with city manager people. And again, keep getting involved. If you see us out on the street, you see us out and about, feel free to stop us. We'll come to City Hall and make sure administration knows our concerns. I'd also like to thank the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce for inviting the city of Douglas to the Motorfest. Jennifer Smith and I went. It was fun. They had performers there. They had their the different things they were selling. To Jennifer's dismay, they went down with the tequila and bacanora. Maybe that could be something that we could bring here in the future. It was a fun time and they were very hospitable there. I'd also like to thank the Highway 80. They let the city of Douglas put our merch out there, our brochures and all that. Since we're a part of that group too. So it's an exciting time. Tourism is just going to take off here, and the city manager people's vision. That's one of the things she's pushing. And I'd also like to congratulate our employees with that budget that passed. I know it wasn't talked about much, but we're bringing them to market. It's long overdue. We hired good people that do a good job, and it's about time that we are in a position to reward them. Thank you.
Thank you.
So just like to invite everybody in the community and especially those that have questions about the city pollution. There is a meeting scheduled for next Tuesday, July 18th at 5:30. And thank you, this is an avenue so you can go and see the facility and what, they're offering. I mean, also, I am, going to be participating in a, jail district committee. So more information to come once that, those meetings start taking place for the community. I know that our jail, our county jail, will be on some, much for regular agreements, so, more information to come.
Thank you. Anyone else? Just a quick thank you also to the Miami community, and the employees, an excellent job and always. Last item, the adjournment. And I have a motion for adjourn our meeting. I will to adjourn. I will second to adjourn our meeting.
Second.
Let's see, I'll motion by Councilman Marco, second by Councilman Rivera. Adjourned, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Stand adjourned. 31. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you, guys.